Something unbelievable just happened. A single song, born from one artist's heart, has been crowned the greatest K-pop song of all time. And the name on that crown? Jimin. Yes, Like Crazy, the hauntingly beautiful, electrifying track that pulled millions of people into its world, has taken the #1 spot in an international battle that brought together fans from every corner of the globe. From June 13 to July 15th, the entertainment voting platform iKON hosted a massive global poll to decide once and for all what the greatest K-pop song in history is. Over 60 iconic songs were nominated, the kind of tracks you'd think couldn't be beaten. Every fandom came prepared, every vote counted, and the race was intense. But here's the thing. Like Crazy didn't just compete, it commanded. On the iKON website alone, the song pulled in 539,526 votes. That's 25% of every single vote cast. In a competition this big, that's unheard of. But the momentum didn't stop there. On X, where hashtags lit up like wildfire, Like Crazy soared again, claiming 641,290 votes, an incredible 57.54% of the total. From the very first day, Jimin's song held the lead, and it never let go. No matter how hard others tried, the gap only grew wider. It was as if the entire world was collectively saying, "This song, this is the one." iKON themselves couldn't help but highlight the magnitude of this win. On their official site, they wrote, "Like Crazy has officially earned the title of the greatest K-pop song of all time. This places Jimin at the pinnacle of K-pop history and further solidifies his reputation as one of the most influential artists of his generation." And they're right. This wasn't just a win for a song. It was a win for an era, for a voice that has the rare ability to sound both delicate and powerful, vulnerable yet unshakable, for an artist who can whisper pain in one verse and roar triumph in the next. Let's not forget, Like Crazy is the same song that made Jimin the first Korean solo artist ever to reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It's the song that shattered streaming records, inspired endless covers, and became a safe place for people going through love, heartbreak, and healing. And here's where it gets even more emotional. Even while serving in the military, far from the stage lights, Jimin's music hasn't stopped changing the game. His recent track, Who has set the record for the longest-running solo song by a K-pop soloist on the Billboard charts. Think about that. Even in his absence, his voice is everywhere. It's almost poetic. A song called Like Crazy quietly conquers the world, breaking down barriers and writing itself into history. Not because it was backed by hype, but because it connected deeply intimately with people's hearts. Now it holds a new title, the greatest K-pop song of all time, and maybe, just maybe, it always was.